So it's been a couple days since our last SoFi update. So you guessed it, guys. We have to do an update today, break down the charts, what I'm doing, and overall where my head's at in this market. And we'll go over a trade I just made today, guys, which we covered in my last video. I sold out of SpaceX, made a little profit there, and I bought another stock, in this case, call options, which we're going to cover today, guys. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates, my trades, investments, and if you guys want to be a part of my private Discord, it's all linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stockssurfest.com/Patreon. And now, cheers, take a sip of your coffee. Let's dive into it. So it's about almost 1 p.m. on the East Coast right now. I'm not sure when you're watching this video, but either way, as of right now, SoFi is down almost 1.5% in the midst of a green day for the entire stock market, right? Go figure, guys, right? S&P's up 0.75%. The Russell's up 0.4%. Dow's up, let's see here, guys, about 0.25% as the Qs are leading the green, up over 1.5%, and the VIX is down 5%. We have Bitcoin slipping, which we talked about in that last video. Bitcoin is not looking good, guys. And SoFi, well, it's down. Like I said, in the midst of a green day, go figure, right? We're trading at $17.90 right now. And in the pre-market, we hit $18.30. And look, we've been struggling these last couple of days, really the last week or two, at $18, $18.50, which has been resistance for quite some time at this point. You guys see it on the 1 hour chart. If I draw a basic trend line out, that's been resistance. And on the 4 hour chart, I mean, guys, for months at this point, we've been struggling at 18, 19, 20 bucks a share, and we're getting hit there again as of today, as of the last week or two. And it's the same thing, right? It's like watching paint dry here on SoFi stock, but we are noticing some pretty good signs. We arguably have a bullish divergence here on the 4 hour chart forming. We have an inverse head and shoulders, which you guys see right here. Left shoulder, we got the head right here. If it wants to cooperate, come on. There we go. If it wants to work, come on. Left shoulder, head. Then we have the right shoulder right here. Not the cleanest cut, prettiest looking inverse head and shoulders, but it is there nonetheless, right? So that is a good sign. And the fact that we have been consolidating for months at this point in the mid-high teens, that's a good sign. But we're not showing any upwards momentum yet. And each time we try to see upwards momentum, we start to see upwards momentum, we are met with a lot of selling pressure. We've been seeing that the last couple of weeks and months at this point. You know, we've had strong rallies in the stock, right? We hit 1480 back in the end of March. We ran all the way to 20 bucks, right? That was a big run. Back in the end of May even, we hit 15 bucks. Then we ran to about 1950, 20 bucks again. But again, the momentum dies out each freaking time we hit 19, 20 bucks, it fizzles out, and eventually, look, I think we're going to break out. We have this inverse head and shoulders. We have a cup and handle. We have been bottoming for the last couple of months, but, I just don't have the crystal ball here, guys. I wish I knew when we were going to break out. At this point, it might not happen in 2026. It might take, a couple more months, maybe in the back half of the year. Well, I guess now we're officially in the back half of the year, maybe more towards Q4, this thing starts to break out by the looks of it, right? But I know it's coming. I don't know when it's coming, but I know it's coming, and I think it'll fill the gap fairly quickly when it starts to break out, if it does. Nothing's guaranteed, but I think it will. But when it does, if it does, I think it fills the gap to the mid-20s fairly quickly. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And overall, it's a patience game. It's like watching paint dry, but at the end of the day, SoFi is a long-term type of stock. We haven't had many nice trade setups this year in this name, but maybe we do, again, if we take out 20 bucks, but that's a big if. When is that coming? Who the heck knows, right? But either way, man, I'm holding on tight. I'm in my position, like I have been in the mid-single digits for a while, and I'm just holding on to my position. What are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. That's the quick update here today. And as for what I'm doing with my trade that I just took, I bought some calls in Redwire, ticker RDW, which this is more of a high-risk trade, guys, especially when you're dealing with call options and space stocks that are super volatile. That's like the double whammy, right? Very risky, high risk, high reward, but I think I'm going to make money on this trade. Let me explain what I did here, which I talked about a little bit, I think, in my last video, that I was eyeing up Redwire. So to actually talk about a little bit what I mentioned in that last video, I locked in profits on my SpaceX trade. I bought in the mid 160s, locked in the gain at 171.40, as now we're breaking out of this multi-day resistance. And admittedly, it's not a big trade. It wasn't a big trade. I locked in a little profit, 3-4% on the trade, nothing crazy, but profit is profit. And now I rolled that money into some calls here, guys, in an arguably even higher risk but higher reward play in RDW. I bought a couple contracts here, nothing crazy. I bought the $10 in the money calls that expire in January, so early 2027. These calls expire, and ideally I'm out of this trade way before that. But the way I'm looking at it here is, look, this stock is way oversold, right? We're down 60% from highs. The, euphoria in the space sector is kind of gone right now. It's not completely gone, or I wouldn't be in the stock, right? But it's died down. We've shaken out a lot of weak hands, and the uptrend is maintaining, is it not? I mean, Redwire looks really good on these charts, on the 4-hour time frame, on the 1-year chart. So in my opinion, I think we could be a mid-teen stock on this stock again. This could be pushing $14, $15, no problem in the short term. And $15, by the way, was the high from back in the end of January. If we're able to break through that, I mean, holy smokes, this thing could run like crazy. But of course, nothing's guaranteed. Do I think it's going back to $28? I'm not banking on that. Maybe it does, but I'm not banking on that with this trade. But I am looking to see, again, a mid-teens stock price. That's where I'm looking to lock in profits on this trade. And again, I'm not in heavily. I'm not in hundreds of contracts here, putting in a ton of money. But I do have exposure to this name, and I think, $14, $15 could come, and those in the money calls are going to print some nice profits if we do end up getting there. And look, it's not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. And the stock market, especially when you're trading space stocks with call options, it's risky, but that's what I'm doing with a very small amount of my portfolio. Guys, look, again, I'm not going all in. I'm not buying a bunch of calls. It's with a small amount of my portfolio. And look, I'm looking to make some money on this trade. I think I will. I'll keep you guys posted, as always, with what I end up doing. So RDW, I like the pullback here. We actually got some news that they landed a Taiwan Coast Guard drone deal. That's one piece of news that we got, and we've been getting a lot of news across a lot of these different space stocks. Rocket Lab, you guys saw the news we got regarding NASA, what's it called? The Iridium acquisition, $8 billion acquisition. So I like the momentum overall in the space. I like that we shook out the weak hands, and the uptrends are still holding, and buyers are actually coming in to a lot of these stocks again. It looks healthy for another breakout here, guys. Not just in RDW, but Rocket Lab. You could argue SpaceX as well, but I think SpaceX is, look, a little more rocky, a little more volatile, a little more unpredictable than a lot of these names. But yeah, man, that's a quick rundown on SoFi, what I'm doing. I'm excited about this trade I'm in on RDW. Again, I'll keep you guys posted, especially if you're on Patreon, where I'm posting my real-time moves, my updates, portfolio updates, all that stuff, guys. And you get access to my private Discord on Patreon. Link down below, pinned in the comments, or just go to starsurfest.com/Patreon if you guys want to join. And shout out to everybody that's been joining. You guys are awesome. Hope you're finding a bunch of value in there. And with that being said, guys, hit the like button on this video, take a sip of your coffee, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.